How's it going, YouTube? I'm Ben Titus, doing a video reply to a comment I got on my building of the Skjold bass video. Brain Doctor asked what the different slap tones were like on this thing and whether this ramp gets in the way. So I'm going to try to answer those. I'm not a big slap player, so I'm just going to throw that out there right now. But he asked me to demonstrate a couple of different tones, and he wanted to know if the ramp was an issue with it. To answer the ramp question, no, at least not that I can tell. As long as you stay right here in the sweet spot in between the ramp and the neck, you're pretty good, I think, and it doesn't really affect anything. If you're trying to use a pick or something, then the ramp kind of gets in the way for that, depending on what kind of tone you need. I extremely rarely use a pick, and most of the time I cheat and I just use a fingertip as a pick anyway. So anyway, this is about slap. So Brain Doctor requested a couple of different tones, so I will start with everything flat, and I'm just going to leave the pickup centered, equal bridge and neck. So I'll try to play the same line consistently. Tone is rolled all the way up so you can get some sparkle out of it. But other than that, everything else, all EQ functions are neutral for this pass. Okay. Just a bass and a mid boost. Brain Doctor didn't specify a frequency range, so I'm just going to set it at about even, which I think is going to be boosting around 600. So I'll boost that up with the bass up. That was so mid-rangey, I'm sure it overdrove the microphone on the phone. That's definitely a very honky sound. You can tune a lot of that out, I'm sure, by selecting the frequency. So Brain Doctor, if you see this and you've got a frequency you're thinking that you want boosted or cut, let me know and I can try to putz with that a little bit. The one that most people are probably going to use is a mid-cut. So I'll set that to, I'm not going to cut it all the way because that just makes it sound like an Ibanez, and I love Ibanez, but they've got one heck of a mid scoop in them. And then I'm going to boost the treble and engage the ultra bright. Because of the power in my house, you'll probably hear a little bit of a buzz off the speaker. Generally, unless you're in a place with electrical stuff from the 1920s, you're probably okay. You won't get much buzz. So here's an idea: bass boosted, treble boosted, mid cut. Again, tone all the way up, pickup centered. So yeah, that should give you an idea. With the bass and the treble boosted and the mids just at stock, or just in the middle, no boost, no cut, no nothing. Forgot to turn the ultra bright on that one, so. That's the tone that I tend to use, not much in the way of a booster cut in the mids, and then just a bass and treble boosted. It just cuts well in a mix. If you're playing by yourself, then a mid-cut works really, or the mid-cut sounds really nice. But playing in a band in a mix, I tend to leave the mids alone, or if I cut at all, it's very slight, and it's more of an adjustment to the room than anything else. So again, this bass can pretty much sound like whatever you want. I know it seemed like I made a dig at Ibanez earlier. That's not the case. I actually love their basses. If I didn't have this, I would have bought one of those and just hinkied around with the electronics a little bit. This one just has a much more flexible preamp. That is now a Skjold design preamp that is available in any of his instruments. Same with the pickups, the ramp, everything. And it's just more flexible. You can get more tones out of it, you know, between the first video and this shorter one. Hopefully that'll give you a decent idea. So anyway, thanks Brain Doctor for the question, and anything else that I can answer, you know, hit me up in the comments here or in the other video and I'll get to them. Thanks a lot.